And that about does it for the install of the Racetorx. This is the only instructions it comes with. Ooh, oh man, I did not do that. So guess what? All right, good afternoon YouTube, Ant-Man Moto here. I'm doing an afternoon project and it is installing a Racetorx gear shift support device. Aprilia V4 and RSV4 Aprilia gear shift shaft support. I got a recommendation from a couple of folks in my comments for one of my Dragon videos. In the video, I was hitting neutral and it was kind of at full ride mode. I was going after a guy in front of me, not going after, but trying to stay with him. And shifting from second to first, I kept going in neutral. Now mind you, I can never find neutral while sitting at a stoplight. So I just thought it was pretty hilarious that when I need the gears to actually go from first to second and not find neutral, I was finding it at speed multiple times. All right, and that about does it. Whoa. And that about does it for the install of the Racetorx. This is the only instructions it comes with. Ooh. Oh man, I did not read that. It is essential to lube the bearing before use with EP2 lithium or equivalent. Essential. I did not do that. So guess what? You see that in there? Needle bearings, I think they're called. And this device just attaches here, like so, to this shaft. And it's going to go on like that. But of course behind the shift lever. As you can see, I'm just gonna set the camera down here and you can see I've already taken off my chain cover, my sprocket cover, which goes like this. That was removed. The linkage was like that, stock is what it looks like. And then with the linkage removed, you get that. And to install it, I've already cleaned it up and everything. So to install it, bolts and then the spacers go like so. And this is your Racetorx device. It basically is a shift shaft support that helps to make your shifts cleaner and better. So I've already lubed it with lithium grease. That was a step that I missed initially. Said lube it with lithium heavy duty grease, so there you go. And then we snug these down, the two mount bolts. There were two bolts that were already in this assembly holding it down, and I removed those already. And they're just the OEM bolts. So the bolts that I just screwed in are the aftermarket bolts, the ones that come with the Racetorx. Now it says it's supposed to be torqued down to 8.8 Newton meters. I have it set for 10.1 because that's as low as this torque wrench goes. and they're both at about 9. They're supposed to be at 8.8, and that's torqued down. And then I just simply put the chain cover back on. I did modify the bottom of this already. Right here like this, you can see it's kind of cut open a little bit right there. I had to open up this hole because without it being opened up, it would push up against this and not clear it, so then you couldn't get the mounting bolts back in properly. So that was the only change I had to make. But as you can see, it fits very nicely into place. I used 2 kinds of grease. I used lithium grease and waterproof grease on that linkage, so we should definitely be good to go. Oh my goodness, my grandson's here.
Hi guys.
Want to see my grandson? Look at my family. Aren't they beautiful? Hi. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Courtney Kareem's in the house. And my son. Hey, Kidgy. Hey, Kidgy. So my grandson is now here. Hey, Kenji. Oh boy, he's gonna tear up the camera, so. What? Can you say Tuono? Can you say Racetorx? Can you say Racetorx? Yeah, no, don't touch it. I don't want your fingerprints on the camera. Can you say Racetorx? Racetorx. We're putting on our Racetorx. Racetorx. My grandson loves the Tuono V4. Yep. All right, and then what we're going to do is put on the linkage, shift linkage. Very important that this linkage be on at 90 degrees. This and the shift linkage itself has to be at an L, at a 90-degree angle. If it's not, then you're gonna have diminished gearbox action. That's true. There we go, 90 degrees right there. See that? So now we've got a good 90-degree angle. Our shift linkage is put together properly. Kenji! Yeah, I was just filming a YouTube video with my Racetorx, and it's featuring my grandson here.
Nice.
Yep. And that's about it, folks. The Racetorx is installed. It's got the proper lithium grease on it, and it was torqued to 8.8 Newton meters. And there it is, and that's the finished product. It looks like it came from the factory this way, and I will give you a full report on the shifting and how it has improved. Hopefully it will be noticeable, and I will have a good report for you. I was definitely having some shift problems at the tail of the Dragon last time I was there. It was partially me because I was going from second to first, and I wasn't really stomping on it. You know, I was kind of being a little timid with my downshift. But I also don't think you should have to stomp down that hard to get it to go down. You know, my RPMs were up a little high, so stomping down on it, I think it made it harder for it to go down a gear with the RPMs being as high as they were. So, and I've got a 43 tooth sprocket in the rear now because I've got my Gabbro Stage 3 tune back on this, and so I just can't wait to get it back on the Dragon the way it's set up now. It's gonna be a beast, man. It's gonna rip that thing up. Compared to last time, I think you're even gonna notice in the sound that this bike makes compared to last time. It's going to I think it's gonna go much better this time at the Dragon. I was a little timid last time too, you know, I mean, but this next time I'm gonna be there for 3 days in the area, and I'm about to go get me a house, rent me a house right now, and a few friends are gonna go there, and we're gonna rip up the Dragon. I have some new tires on this bad boy. I also have a barber track day coming up this coming Monday. Not this month, not tomorrow Monday, but the next week Monday. It's right after the Moto America race. So, I mean, I'm gonna really be able to tell if the shifting is better. I'll have 2 opportunities where I'm really gonna be riding this bike like full on. So, I'll keep my fingers crossed that it works, and I will report back to you on the Racetorx shift shaft support for the Tuono V4. And you will hear back from me soon on it. And thank you to my subscribers. Thank you both for the advice. I really appreciate it. I had never heard of Racetorx before these two told me about it. And so I really appreciate that. I get a lot of good advice from my YouTube subscribers. I don't have a lot of subscribers, but the ones that I do have are quality people and got really good information about like everything motorcycle related. You know, I've got some good Tuono advice, I've got some good mis-shifting advice, and tire advice, and just all kinds of little tricks that I can implement pretty quickly to improve my quality of life on the bike. So I really appreciate the subscribers and the comments, and keep them coming to Ant-Man Moto, and more cool stuff coming. So thank you for subscribing, and please, if you haven't subscribed, please like and subscribe, because it really helps. I'm trying to grow the channel now, so I'm actively asking for subscriptions, and I'm trying to get to 1,000 here like soon, and then I'm trying to get to 2,000, then I'm trying to get to 10,000. So every subscription helps the channel to grow, and I do appreciate it immensely. Ant-Man Moto, I will see you on the next one.